Good morning. Today on CCN, Nisa and I, Carlee, will be discussing whether the power of the monarchy is growing out of control or whether the church has all the power. Nisa?
I believe that the power of the monarchy has always sustained a suitable amount of power. However, the church has retained most of it. The two leading figures just so happen to be close acquaintances.
Thomas Becket and Henry II became friends when Henry attacked the Saxons and he conquered them, but he saved Becket's life and made him his chancellor. When the Archbishop Theobald died, Henry convinced Becket to become the Archbishop because he was so loyal to him. Henry believed that Becket would stay loyal to him and help him gain more power than the church. But Becket didn't keep his loyalty to Henry, but rather when he became part of the Archbishop, he put the church in front of King Henry.
Hold on, I think we're getting live feed from Celeste at the scene of the cathedral. Breaking news. We're here live at the cathedral where Thomas Becket was just murdered. We have an exclusive interview with King Henry. So there's speculation going on saying that you had Thomas killed.
Why would I kill one of my dearest friends? Look, I'm sitting here next to his body right now grieving, and you're asking me if I killed him? Get out of here!
We're back live on CCN. I'm not too sure how sincere Henry's interview was, but it's all we have to go off of right now. What do you think?
I can genuinely say that I'm not surprised with the outcome of today's horrific events. I think that a lot of people out there also are not very surprised. I think that ever since Becket took up the Archbishop role, Henry has not been the slightest bit pleased with his actions. I think he expected Becket to always put him before anything else, and whenever he actually went forward with the Archbishop role and took it more seriously and started to really indulge in that practice, I think that he was surprised, and I think that it led him to think unreasonably, and although he was not directly the one who killed Becket, I believe that he was definitely the mastermind behind it.
I think I can genuinely agree with your statements. He didn't like that he was placed second, and he didn't think Henry was going to take it that serious, and I think he couldn't control his anger, and that's what finally just popped off in him.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Don't in any way, shape, or form put words in my mouth that I'm not saying. I'm not saying that he was the one who killed Becket, but I do heavily agree that it was involved or revolved around him. I don't want people to think that I am basically accusing the king of murdering somebody.
But we are.
But we are. And that's why we're the hosts of this show, because we keep it 100.
Hello, we are here 2 weeks later with the follow-up of the murder in the cathedral. And here now we have the first-hand account of what happened at the scene from a monk named Edwilla Grimm. Hello, how are you?
I'm very good, and you?
Good. Can you please tell us what happened? How did you get away with hiding in there?
Well, you see, I was in the church doing my daily holy prayer, and all of a sudden I hear this banging at the door. And so my first instinct was to go and see what was going on, but then I seen that it was King Henry's men, and I was a little taken back by this because I knew that King Henry wasn't quite fond of the church, and I knew that he did not like the church because of how much power that they had, and so I was a little confused, so I stood back and I watched them get closer, and I did not think anything of it because Beckett was so calm. Like, now that I think about it, he had known what was going to happen. So I kind of stood by, I bent down and sat by the church pews, and I heard one of Beckett's men was stabbed. And at that point in time, I knew this was King Henry. Like, he sent these men here to do this. And I knew that if I was not quiet, I was going to be killed myself. So I helplessly sat there, and then one of them, they began to speak, and I could not hear them because they were further down. And I seen one of them stab Beckett in his back and then again in his chest, and they left. And I immediately went to the aid of Beckett, but by that time he was already gone, and there was nothing I could do. And I did not know what to do because I thought that they would kill me if I said anything. But now I feel like this is the right thing to do.
I'm sorry to hear about that. It takes a lot of courage to come out here and share that with.
So, with all that has happened in these past few months, I'm not entirely sure anymore. I've always thought that King Henry did, in fact, orchestrate the murder of Beckett. Maybe not intentionally at first, maybe it was just one of his fits as usual. I mean, we've all seen and witnessed that for ourselves. But I'm not sure what's left to be said. I think that this is a closed case. I think that King Henry had Beckett, for lack of better words, assassinated, but that will never be justified or clarified because he is the king, and obviously he gets away with things that other people would not get away with. Okay, and we are live here. Wow, that was quite a tragedy.
Yes, it was. We were not expecting this to happen.
Interview was. I'm not too sure how sincere Henry's interview was.
Okay. Oh wait, maybe I should put it this way, because there's more in the front. You could talk. See, you do look different. Or do you want me to put it over your head? Like a blanket. Or do you want me to put it over your head like this? There, that looks better.
We'll get the research done.
Okay, here. We'll do it that way.